My name is Owen Rogers. I'm a liaison specialist for the Library of Congress Veterans History Project.
My name is Sahr Conway-Lanz. I'm a historian in the manuscript division of the Library of Congress.
So I'm very excited about the object we brought here today. It's a staff favorite. We call them showstoppers. It's an original World War I diary. The entries go from about May 1916 all the way up through 1919, when its author, Harry Freeman, was discharged from the U.S. Army. He describes daily occurrences in a way that I don't know how one can normalize the horror of the Western Front, but describes chemical warfare, aeroplanes, mass wave attacks, all of this on a day-to-day basis that makes it sound trivial. And he leads up to the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. And he writes about his experience being ordered to engage a force 3 times the size of his at 10:40 a.m. on November 11th, 1918.
This is 20 minutes before the armistice is declared, and he was in a very dangerous situation and was lucky enough to survive.
So to access these voices, of which we have more than 104,000, anybody with an internet-connected device can go to www.loc.gov/vets, images for diaries, photographs, creative works, everything from illustrated, postcards, and V-mail, all the way up through diaries like the one we have here today, which is going to turn 100 years old this year.
What we have here is another item related to Armistice Day. This is a note from the papers of Woodrow Wilson. It is his draft in pencil, in his own handwriting, of his announcement of the signing of the armistice. Wilson was very much focused on what should the war be fought for and what should the peace look like. The war has just come to an end, but he is already thinking about the peace that should be established afterwards. He closes this statement by talking about the new duty that Americans have. He says, by example, by sober, friendly relations, and by material aid, to spread a just democracy around the world. This note is just an example of the papers of Woodrow Wilson that the Library of Congress has. You can look here and see Woodrow Wilson's handwriting and imagine him actually writing this statement out when he's heard the news that the armistice has been signed in Europe. He's thinking, what am I going to say to the American people? And here we've got the result right in front of you on White House stationery. The most important reason to preserve these artifacts is to preserve the information they contain, the evidence of American history.